Welcome to AirVenture 2022 at Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And we're here today to talk about a very special helicopter and a very special helicopter pilot's dream. So we're with Stewart McQuillan. So Stewart, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved in aviation first.
Okay. Well, I'm third generation Air Force. You know, my father, he didn't fly. He was a logistics guy. It's always my dream to fly, so I started flying at about age 10 with a thing called the Air Cadets in the United Kingdom. It's a sort of kiddies club within the Royal Air Force. You could fly. So I started flying. Eventually, after being in outside industry for a short while, doing apprenticeship, I went into the Air Force. I started as an engineer. I could already fly. Went across to Air Wing branch. And then eventually, I had my injury, which was left me with spinal cord damage. I went to Atlanta as part of the Air Force's pilot program. They take one Air Force pilot and teach them to fly with hand rudders. And I was approached by King Hussein of Jordan. This was during the award ceremony back in the United Kingdom. And he was a helicopter pilot. He knew I was both engineer and pilot. He said, "Have you ever thought about a helicopter?" I had to say, "No, Your Highness, no, I've not." But I started to think about it. And eventually I bumped into a gentleman who became a great friend who had a Bell 47. So got me into that. We went flying, and I thought, oh my boy, what have I been missing? You know, it was just so much fun. So from that point, I had a non-profit in the United Kingdom. I used to look after the mascots, birds of prey, for the Army display team. And I was talking to them about what I was going to try to do, and they suggested I go down to their base and use the Gazelle helicopter as my test bed. And that's how it all started. Ideas across the table were coffees. We had Bristow helicopters involved, and we came up with a workable unit. And from then on, we tried to perfect it. We tried to get it certified in Europe, but it was proving to be prohibitive, the costs to me. And the Surgeon General in the US said, bring it to America. So we went to California with it. We got caught up in the middle of 9/11 when everything was grounded. But shortly after that, it got certified. So technically 2001, it became a certified system that we have to fly helicopters. It's based on a caliper that goes on your leg that is powered around the knee and the ankle. You have a coolie hat switch. You move it left to right. The input will be a left or a right input. That means you could pretty much fly any helicopter you get into because we've adapted the pilot, not the aircraft. There was a negative side to that in that it was extremely expensive. If somebody wants to hire by the hour a 44 plus the cost of the unit, it was generally going to be out their grasp. So many years later, we started NV3. This is our veterans program. And our intention is to provide a whole community for veterans, both military and first responders, that will have its own industry. So we'll be manufacturing the aeroleg system that will go into a kit helicopter, just like this Roadaway 162. We'll be doing sub-assembly manufacturing for them. So now we start to give those veterans new skill sets as well, and they can remain and work within our own industry or venture out on their own later on. So we're here at Oshkosh really to get people aware of what we're doing. And yes, we are seeking sponsorship. We still need to buy the land. We have a lot of the other services lined up, ready to move in, from concrete to building the hangars to solar, everything else we need. As well as the helicopter being here, our tail number carries the 988. Last week, that was made the National Suicide Helpline number. It's a team member of ours that was responsible in getting us the 3-digit Veterans Crisis Helpline number, and that's national.
That is fantastic to know. We'll get that out there. I appreciate that.